Star Wars fans, the Andor show is this week, and that means the premiere for the Andor show was last week, where all the cast and crew and the critics got to see the first 4 episodes. But that means the reviews for the first 4 episodes from these critics have already been released. And I mean, these reviews, they could anger a lot of fans, they could make a lot of fans happy. It's really whatever you're looking for as a Star Wars fan, so we're going to break them down right now. What's up, guys? Mike, a guy I love Star Wars here. Today we're talking about the Andor reviews. We're breaking them down. What is going on with the Andor show? The critics have seen the first 4 episodes and have reviewed all of them. Is this going to be a show that all Star Wars fans are going to love? Or is it going to do what most Disney Star Wars stuff has done in the past and split the fan base yet again? The good news is, reading all these reviews, I have seen nothing to say that this is not going to be a good Star Wars show. I've also seen nothing to say that this is going to completely divide the Star Wars fan base, which is all great news. But for some Star Wars fans that loved the Force and loved lightsabers and loved lightsaber battles like Obi-Wan versus Anakin on Mustafar, you're not going to see much of any of that in this show. I would be surprised, honestly surprised, if you even saw a lightsaber in this show. I still have my hopes as a Star Wars fan to see characters like Cal Kestis, Darth Maul, Darth Vader, Emperor Palpatine use the Force and have lightsabers in this show, because it's around the time period where these characters would be around, but it seems highly unlikely, especially in these first 4 episodes. But with that being said, no lightsabers and no Force doesn't mean this isn't Star Wars. Star Wars is still a whole entire galaxy that has a lot more than just the Jedi and the Sith and lightsabers to it. This is when the Empire is at its peak. This is when they just rule the entire galaxy and the rebellion is growing. Right now, if you think about it, all the Jedi should be dead. But of course we know Obi-Wan and Yoda are still alive, but they wouldn't be around at this time. So the only lightsabers that you would actually see would be characters like I just mentioned, Cal Kestis, maybe even Ahsoka, but it would be dark side red lightsabers like Darth Maul and Darth Vader. But most reviews sound a lot like this one. Andor is unlike any Star Wars story that we've seen before. Diego Luna, who plays Andor, is at the center of a stunning and dangerous world in turmoil. It's gritty, mature, and the most intelligent and well-informed story that we've had to date. Tony Gilroy is a genius. Now, Tony Gilroy is the guy who wrote Rogue One and is writing the entire Andor show. So it's what a lot of us would expect from the Andor show. It's gritty, it's dark, it's dangerous, it's the Empire at its peak with the rebellion growing. And it's centered around a character that we know and love from Rogue One in Cassian Andor. But if you're a Star Wars fan who's sick of seeing the same old thing with a desert planet and just the same old characters doing the same old thing, Andor is where it's going to be like, thank you Lucasfilm for finally switching it up, because a lot of the reviews say this is nothing like any other Star Wars that we've seen. Now, just saying that, I know it might sound bad, because the Star Wars we've seen has been good. The original trilogy, the prequel trilogy, the Mandalorian stuff, it's all been great Star Wars, so having something completely different than that could be bad. But it does seem like the Andor show is going in the correct direction with the different Star Wars. Another critic says, have seen the first 4 episodes of the Andor show and loved them. I'm tired of watching the same Star Wars characters in the same locations, and Andor is none of that. No Jedi, no lightsabers, no Tatooine. Tony Gilroy is leading what might end up as my favorite Star Wars series. Favorite Star Wars series is no gentle words. This guy is a critic of Star Wars, and he's saying that this could be his favorite Star Wars series, which is very exciting. But again, he mentions no Jedi, no lightsabers, and of course no Tatooine. But we're sick of Tatooine anyway. And again, this critic is giving all the credit to Tony Gilroy because he's a freaking genius. The best thing that Disney Star Wars has created, in my opinion, is Star Wars Rogue One. So all in all, the critics are pretty much saying that this show is going to be very, very, very good. But if you're a Star Wars fan that likes Jedi and likes the Force and likes lightsabers and likes Tatooine, you're not going to like the show at all. But tell me what you think about the critics' reviews of the Andor show. It's only the first 4 episodes that they're reviewing, so they don't know how the show is going to end. Are you excited for the Andor show? It's literally in 2 days. Are you excited? Tell me in the comments below. I am going live tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time to do a prediction stream for the Andor show. So if you want to come in, tell your predictions. We're just going to goof around and get nerdy about Star Wars for about an hour, just predicting what's going to happen in the first 3 episodes of the Andor show, because we are getting the first 3 episodes of the Andor show on Wednesday. Smash like if you like this video, hit subscribe, and hit that bell so you get notified every time I post a video, and my pretty face will show up in the recommended feed of yours. Honestly, my hype for the Andor show was pretty far down after D23 when the Mandalorian trailer was awesome and the Tales of the Jedi trailer was awesome, but now these reviews have gotten my hype right back up there because the Andor show is what's coming next, and I'm so excited for it. And if you want to talk Star Wars with some Star Wars nerdy people, there is a link in the description below to a Discord called The People Who Love Star Wars. And may the Force be with you, always.